Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bakersfield High School and historic Griffith Stadium for this evening's contest between the Arroyo Grande Eagles and your Bakersfield High School Drillers. The CIF welcomes you to this football championship. The Central Section playoffs are conducted under the strictest code of good sportsmanship. The game officials are neutral parties who are certified by their associations and who have been selected because of their demonstrated ability. Fans are encouraged to support their own team, but are requested to refrain from booing the opponents or the officials' decisions. The Central Section and CIF welcome all athletes, coaches, and fans. The CIF Central Section reminds its fans that good sports are all winners. Congratulations to everyone participating today. The Central Section and CIF thank you for your attendance at this high school football playoff event. We hope you enjoy this competition as much as we enjoy having you here.
All right, so I brought these because I made them a little bit bigger. Okay. Because those kind of looked a bit small. Yeah, so yeah. I don't know if that no, they definitely help. We'll just keep them out. I appreciate it. I've been in denial about glasses anyway, too.
Bakersfield High School and the CIF require good sportsmanship and positive behavior of student athletes, cheerleaders, band members, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Please always be mindful of your language and actions and treat others with dignity and respect. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions, especially concerning race, gender, or ethnicity directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other spectators will not be tolerated and are grounds for immediate removal from the school premises. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe, inclusive, and positive game environment. Tonight's officials are, as referee, Kevin Blevins, umpire, Jason Brooks, head linesman, James Rodriguez, line judge, Anthony Garcia, side judge, Rick Casares, field judge, Chuck Calvert, and back judge, Wayne Van Heuser. Tonight's football game has been selected as the Kern High Network Game of the Year. On the call tonight is Vance Palm along with his partner Ken Calvin. Tonight's game will be available Sunday in the archive section at kernhighnetwork.org. Tonight at the conclusion of the game, they will be selecting the Kern High Network Player of the Game. Thank you to the Kern High Network for being here tonight.
So it doesn't matter if I wear
Hey, you know what it is? Here's what we do. Kenneth, I'll drop something on you like true meaning art. Hey, what did we say that one day? We were really studying hard to think about it. Access? Access? Something in town. Access? Yeah, access, respect, and talent. Or talent? Probably. Access? We had some good. We should have had that. We had some good ones. Yeah, we had a little help from White. Access, respect, resources.
If you are able, please stand and remove your hats as we honor our country with the presentation of colors by the Bakersfield High School JROTC Color Guard and the playing of our national anthem by the Driller Marching Band.
Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final. This is it, CIFD2 Central Section Championship game. We are where we were last week, late November. If you're driving down Central Bakersfield, California, these lights are used to being on, and they're on again tonight as the home Bakersfield High School Drillers, the number 2 seeded football team in this division, welcomes in the number 4 seed, the Eagles of Arroyo Grande. I'm Vance Palm with my longtime partner, the BC Hall of Famer, and the Bakersfield High School icon, Ken Calvin. Ken, great to have you back. Here we are 7 nights later. Last week was an absolute knockdown thriller classic. We'll touch on that, I'm sure, throughout this evening, but it's all about tonight. Arroyo Grande Eagles in all white, and that all bluish gray is about to run out of that tunnel. Take me back to the yesteryears, Kenneth, when you were playing in these big games and you were in that tunnel underneath these steps here at Griffith Field.
Oh, nothing like it. You know, the historic traditions that are attached to just being able to run out of the tunnel is a beautiful thing. But this night is definitely going to be an amazing one based on the fact that this is a rematch from the semifinal last year.
Yep.
That's one thing that's lost in the sauce with all the hype in these two great teams meeting at this point, is this is a rematch. And last year, Arroyo Grande did a phenomenal job controlling the trenches. So I'm hoping to see what the mentalities are from both teams based on the fact that they know each other, VP. This is going to be an amazing matchup.
Their running back last year in the first half was chomping up some serious yards, doing some serious damage. Then he went down. Drillers took advantage, and the captains are meeting on the field right now. I always wanted to ask you this. I know you were a captain. You walk out there, you're shaking these guys' hands, little dap, little love. Hey, good luck, hear that, and this and that. How much is your heart racing, though, when you're trying to be cool there as a captain?
You know, different players have different approaches. I was one of the quiet guys prior to a game. I didn't like talking to people. I didn't want people around me. I wasn't very nice prior to tip. So it's all based on the approach. But it's an exciting feeling. You've been working for this moment all your lives as young youth players, and now you're finally in the moment in the championship. And for some of these guys, you're playing at home. For the guys that come from the coast, this is an amazing opportunity for redemption versus a team that knocked you out last year. But for the Drillers, it's been a special theme around here. We know where we are because we've been here before. That's the theme for these guys tonight.
I want to talk to you about a couple of storylines. We'll get into it tonight. There's going to be some time. And before any of that, as the captains run back into the tunnel, that's the first clue that we're getting close here, is that I haven't had the opportunity to work this year with my partner, the director-producer of tonight, who started the Kerr-9 Network with myself.
He started it
Stan
all.
Green and Kirk Boyer at Frontier High School. The great Kevin Willie is capturing all of this sight and sound. Kevin, great to have you, buddy.
That was quite a long time ago, wasn't it?
9 years ago.
Oh,
9 years ago.
that makes me feel old.
Kevin Willie was the guy that pushed go on the machine, and everyone around the world started figuring out, hey, this Kerr-9 Network thing is pretty cool. The VHS Drillers, white bottoms, blue tops, the Eagles for Arroyo Grande, all white. Kenneth, let's go with this Eagles squad first and foremost. I know you've been studying. I know you've done your homework. You got a hold of me today and said, you ready, VP? And I said, dude, I don't have to worry about anything. You're the guy. I know you've been doing your homework. What do you like about Arroyo Grande?
You know, one thing about Arroyo Grande, they're special, and they have a special history. This isn't a program that's just stumbling upon an opportunity to go to the championship. They've had stellar guys, and one of their stellar guys is leading them back out here tonight, and Caleb Clark. This kid was the player of the year last year in their division, and he's one of the guys that's going to get his name called more than anybody's tonight. They're a running team, but they do a great job passing the ball out of play action. Phenomenal job last week to the point of perfect passing on the night by the quarterback in Kurowski.
Perfect passing.
Perfect passing.
Let's talk about your Drillers, our Drillers, if you're from Bakersfield, and that might come out a little bit tonight to all of our friends in Arroyo Grande watching. Trust me, I love me some AG. I spent the first part of the week there. I spent a lot of time in Arroyo Grande. That's my little spot over there, so I know the streets. I know you guys well, and the Eagles are a great football team. But let's talk about those Drillers for a minute. One of the storylines, will Lomax play? We don't know.
You know, I talked to the young Dulo Lomax, as his family calls him, and he stated he feels great in certain moments. But one thing that he's reminded, he doesn't have to carry the load here. So he said that when I get my opportunities, I'm going to make sure and take advantage of them, and that's key when you're a guy like him that led the team in rushing with over 1,400 yards. But last week, the Drillers showed you they're not a one-man band, as you had kids like B.J. Vesey, who's probably considered one of the third or fourth stars on the team, win the game.
We're underway. The Eagles looking to start things off a good field position, and they will, about the 29-yard line, as Copeland Hartford settles things in. And we're really in for a treat tonight because both teams can run the ball. The Arroyo Grande Eagles can certainly pass the ball. The Drillers don't rely on the air game, but when they need it, they get it. And the game ended last week with a big-time toss from Cavazos over to Vesey. But as we get started, let's take a look.
All right. Pistol spread formation for Arroyo Grande.
Quarterback Krowski. It's a run to the left side. It's a good run, a strong run. Goodness. And it's a first down, I think. On a 1st and 10, they pick up 11. It looks like the ball's right at the 40, so that big, stout, strong line for the Eagles shows up on the first play.
Yeah, and Zach Timon, he's a guy that you're going to hear a lot about as well. Does a lot for this team when they need him most.
Just underway, D2 Central Section Championship at Bakersfield High School. Vance Palm, Kenny Calvin, Kevin Willie, and the artist is with us. Funky snap, but again, they're able to put it in the hands of Zach Taman.
And not a very fan-friendly style of offense from Arroyo Grande, but it's effective. And this is one of the things that we talked about last year, is that they don't play out of character. They run the football. As soon as you fall asleep as a secondary guy, here comes the post or post corner over the top.
Head coach Stephen Field for the Eagles. His two assistants, on paper here anyway, is Sam Coleman and Michael Hartman. It's a 2nd and 6. Ball is at their own 44-yard line.
Trips left.
Krowski wants to throw, looks, quick toss out to the left side. It's caught out there by Caleb Clark. Clark, gone. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown Eagles in the first 90 seconds.
Pass complete on the left side.
And what you see there, you see a wide trips bunch set. Usually when you get those wide splits, a lot of guys are thinking run. You think that they're pulling you out there. And if you fall asleep, here comes that quick rocket screen. Missed tackle and a touchdown from the player of the year. We talked about him being the player of the year last year, and Caleb Clark.
You just said it. You just did.
You know, it's one of those things when you're doing the research, yeah, numbers are going to pop out at you. But one thing about this kid,
he delivers.
Everybody in the state knows he's going to deliver.
Here's the PAT. It's up and it's through. Normally we take a break, but we just got on the air, so we'll stay here for a little bit and tell everybody that it's already 7-0 with 10:25 remaining in the first quarter. So, oof, here come the Eagles.
And right as I said, they're a heavy run team. Here comes the quick screen outside,
yeah,
right?
Right.
I mean, it's going to be a great chess match because everybody knows that they run the football. Their true weapon is catching you off guard when you think they're luring you to sleep with that run. I couldn't even get the sentence out my mouth, and they did it.
Also, Kenny, when you get this far and you get to the finals, you've opened up the toolbox.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't know that there's that secret plays left, so or a style of offense that hasn't been exposed yet. So they've done it. So Clark on the board with a TD.
You know, it's a great testament of how this team challenges you to stay balanced, because if you're thinking that they're a one-trick pony, here comes the quarterback going 6 for 6.
Okay, last time we started a game a week ago, the Ferrari took it all the way. This one will also be handled. Opportunity, can he get behind the wall? He cuts up midfield. Oh, what a nice move. Still on his feet. Can he get outside? Finally wrapped up at about the 27-yard line. So that was a nice start. I think that was Simmons, right, Denham?
Nice return. I believe it was J.O. Wells on the return. You know, and again, the Drillers have a lot of guys that can take it the distance. I'm pretty sure Arroyo Grande did their homework and purposely didn't kick it to number 4. So, all right, 1st and 10 Drillers heading north. Twins left for the Drillers. Single high safety for Arroyo Grande, VP.
Cavazos right behind center. They keep it on the ground themselves. Hit hard, and that was right out of the gate. Damari Lee. Lee saw a ton of action last week as well. Carried the rock a bunch.
We talk about the running backs and Delir Lomax being the focal point, and you see Lee getting the carry. But Cavazos had a nice game last week, 12 of 18, completing 66% of his passes.
Yeah. We say that they don't use their air game that much, but it's very efficient. They break out heavy down here at the bottom of your screen.
Trips month set for the Drillers.
Cavazos in the shotgun, 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground with it. Not much there. Stopped pretty much at the line of scrimmage. And
off again to number 12, Damari Lee. He's tackled by number 54, Bryson Lopez, and number 62.
Not much. 3rd and 7 maybe.
Great job by the interior line of Arroyo Grande. We talked about them being very successful in the trenches last year. And tonight, you got the big fella, number 62, who's not on the roster, clogging it up. We'll see if we can get number 62.
3rd and 7. Across the middle. Got his guy. It's caught. First down, Drillers. So to your point, Kenny, when they need it, Cavazos delivers, man.
And again, we talk about who's missing on this Driller offense and who's the first guy to make a catch to move the chains, the guy that won it, B.J. Vesey. And he plays with that mentality of always being looked over, right? Has that heart of a giant in a small, compact dynamite body.
That interview that we did last week when they were co-players of the game between Vesey and Millette, that was about a 15,000 view deal there. Those guys have some fans, right? 8:22 and counting here in the first quarter. Drillers trying to answer. Just a quick pitch over here to Gridiron. Best name in football. And Gridiron gets to the 49-yard line.
Looks like you're going to be Lee again.
Oh, was that DeMario? That was Lee.
Yeah, I mean, 10 and 12, we're going to mix those up all night. But one thing we know is Lee, he's been the guy that steps up for the Drillers in a lot of reserve duty. So I'm not surprised to see him get the starting nod because he works his tail off on both sides of the football, even when he's not the guy that's getting the number 1 rep.
Out of the huddle, he's on the right hip of the quarterback, Elijah Cavazos. They stay on the ground again. Lee this time in trouble for a second, gets out of it, and then gets right back into it again. Big-time trouble there, and the Eagles fans still walking in, still arriving to Griffith Field.
Yeah, beautiful turnout by the Eagles faithful. They traveled very well last year and also had some local talent. A few Bakersfield kids playing on that roster as well last year.
Well, I didn't know if they'd travel well tonight. Who wants to leave 72 and sunny to come under the blanket of fog in Bakersfield today? But fans still showing up. Arroyo Grande, special place, special city. And if we refer to it as AG tonight, they'll get it. 3rd and 4, big third down here. Ball's nearly at midfield. Cavazos scouring, looking, quick strikeout here. Oh, did he get his feet where he needed it to be? I don't know.
He did, but he might be a little short. R.J. Sheehy with the catch. Coach's son does everything the right way. But right there, he didn't get to the sticks. It's going to be a 4th and 1. It looks like the Drillers are leaving that offense out and bringing in some heavy personnel.
Yeah, we see some big fellas running on the field right now. 6:46 here remaining in this first quarter. The Eagles scored on their first drive. Oh, and he slips. Will he get it? He does. What a great play. What a special effort from that young man right there. A huge, huge first down after slipping, losing his footing. Kenny, you and I were down there. It's wet and soggy.
Yeah, and it's B.J. Vesey again. You see the intent by Coach Sheehy to make sure he's getting his pivotal playmakers, the guy in key moments. 3rd down conversion, B.J. Vesey. 4th down conversion, B.J. Vesey.
Kenny, in our interview last week with he and Millette, I was talking about that touchdown catch he made. He goes, hey, we've been in the weight room a long, long time. He said, I'm that guy. I said, okay, I believe you.
Well, his big brother got the win against the Eagles today.
Oh, man, the Bears. Oh, the ground! Did he get it back? Oh, my goodness.
Whoa. Little discombobulation. Again, I think it was another slip. That time by the quarterback as he's looking to try to put it in the basket, but the slip causes that delay. Lucky to get back on top of it. 2nd and 13 for the Drillers.
Well, they need to run the ball to the other side of the field where the grass is dry. Just run a right pitch and get over there on that hash.
Grass isn't always greener on the other side.
I didn't say greener. I didn't say greener, Kenneth Calvin-Berger. I said drier.
I just had to slip that one in.
I got you. Happy Thanksgiving, turkey. 2nd and 13. Cavazos has his eyes on one guy, and that's the one guy he wanted.
That's Gridiron that time.
And he went and found jersey 10, Bryce Gridiron.
Talk about guts. How about the catch between triple coverage by Gridiron last week after he made the botched fair catch?
Remember
that cost
that?
his team 30 yards.
Hey, I saw that happen today.
At the college ranks, huh?
Yeah.
Correction, 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Looks like Arroyo Grande is still moving things around here. Behind center. They're going to try to get it in. Can they do it? I think so. Awfully close. Oh, they're saying 4th and inches, Kenny.
Yeah, I'm telling you, great job by that defensive line of Arroyo Grande, not giving up a lot of ground. And you had Asher Sizemore along with a couple other defenders.
4th down.
Quick job. They get to the line of scrimmage. Great play. Really nice play. And, hey, it's B.J. Veazey again.
You know, I love the fact that this offense finds a way to keep multiple guys involved. If you're keying on one guy against this team, you're really going to be in trouble.
And, Kenny, this is a 6-minute drive right now.
You know,
an official's timeout.
Oh,
we have somebody down on the field here. So I'll tell you what, we'll take our first break, Kevin, and we'll step away from the Current High Network. We'll be back. Good game here. Back right after this. All right, everybody, we've identified the banged-up Eagle. Kenny, it's not just any Eagle, it's Zach Taman.
Yeah, and Timon, he's the leading rusher at 124 yards a pop. And you're definitely worried if you see him going off.
And he's going off.
Faithful.
He's going off real slow, very, very slow, very gingerly. And that Arroyo Grande Eagles crowd just really concerned about the young man.
Absolutely, because Timon, he's 176 carries for 1,498 yards on the season, but he's also one of their best linebackers.
1st and 10, behind center, Cavazos. Can they take advantage of it, the Drillers? How about this? That's a nice looking move right there. He's to the 8-yard line. Oh, what a great run by young Bolden.
Now, and that's a key point there, because you go right back to the power play where that outstanding linebacker just left the field, and what happens? The backup misses the tackle.
You get a super phenomenal, impactful basketball player with his 4th foul. Guess where the offense is going? We're going to dip below 4 minutes. A long, long drive here for the Drillers, taking their time. Again, it's Bolden, and he gets to the 5-yard line. So the Eagles struck in 90 seconds. The Drillers are working on 7.5 minutes, Kenny.
Yeah, and that may be a nice approach, you know, for a young team. Well, I call the Drillers a young team because they have a lot of young weapons.
Right.
But when you have an offense like the Eagles, they control the clock so well. Best defense might be your offense.
Exactly. If you're the Eagle quarterback right now, you've been on the field 90 seconds. That's it.
All right.
2nd and goal from the 5. Lee back on the right hip. They give it to him. Can he get in? He's pushing to get in. He's getting close. He's in. Touchdown, Drillers. Demarie Lee was hit at the 4-yard line, and he carried 3 Eagles to the 3-yard line. Then he carried 4 Eagles to the 2-yard line. Then he got to the goal line, and some Drillers nudged him in. Touchdown, Bakersfield High School, and a 7-minute drive to hopefully tie this thing up if you're a Driller fan. So a stark contrast in approaches to get 6 points, right?
Absolutely. You know, one team struck quick, the other team ball control. And this is setting up for a classic match.
Captain Jack puts it through. Hopkins 1 for 1. What a start.
You know, in VP, 2 contrasting styles of offenses as well. You would expect Arroyo Grande to be ball control grinded out, but they just hit us on a quick
And the drillers missed a tackle.
Right, and I say us in the capturing the audience, like the whole audience. We were all caught off guard by the quick rocket screen that goes 60 yards for the touchdown. Drillers, you expect to throw rocket screens and stuff like that right away, and they grind the ball out 4 yards in a cloud of dust.
Well, in the art of true transparency,
In the art.
Kenny's a legendary driller, and he's a Bakersfield College Hall of Famer, so our audience should expect at some point throughout the evening, it's almost an inside joke with us, that it's possible that there's a we or us in the broadcast. However, I can promise you this, we are as even-keeled and fair as you're going to get, and as I said, Arroyo Grande, I'm moving there in 5 years, so I got to be careful. I got to be nice to all these Eagle fans. Ball's up, a 9-iron, taken at the 20-yard line. What can the Eagles do? Nice tackle. The crowd let out a big ooh. Don't know that it was the hardest hit, but it looked pretty good.
Yeah, J.L. Wells, the leading tackler on the defense, gets the tackle on kickoff. We'll see what's the mentality of the play calling for Arroyo Grande. They have it how they want it now, because now that they've completed a pass for a touchdown, the defense is going to loosen up a little bit.
Taman not in. I don't think he's jogging out there, so that's a storyline.
Tough blow.
As Krowski, and it's spelled Kreowski. Jacob Krowski, jersey 12, right behind center. Everybody's packed in tight. Quick little short pitch right behind him, nothing doing. Drillers hold it to 1 yard.
Great by the defensive line of the Drillers. Just clogging it up, and that's big. I want to say big 59 on the inside of Joni Russell.
We're under 3 minutes now remaining in the first quarter. Again, everybody, hard count, nobody jumped. Great job by the Drillers. Another quick pitch in there, following his blockers, trying to grind out some more yards, get 6. And it's going to be 3rd and 3, right around there. We'll see. And Drillers bring in the big fella, Morgan Reynolds, a junior. You're so right, though, about when you say the term young. Yes, they have some senior leadership, no question about it. But you look down this roster and you look at the year and you look at some of these major contributors that have a 10 next to them for sophomore. It's like, oh, boy. 3rd and 4. Another quick pitch right to the back, and that's going to be a first down. They better wrap him up. It'll be more. Look at him go. What a great run to the 45-yard line inside Driller territory. The patience to wait behind the lineman. Don't try to find your own seam. Let him just bowl somebody over, and it's exactly what happened.
Yeah, great job by that offensive line, and it's that ball control style offense. That back is hiding behind those big guards and fullback.
They get up there quickly this time. Another quick pitch right back to him. It's not a handoff. It's a pitch to a guy right behind him, and that running back right there is Miles Thompson. Wow, what a tough kid. You like that? Just turn around, just pitch it?
You know, it's a great style when you have the offensive lineman that can pull as well as the Arroyo Grande offensive line pulls.
Good point.
They're running that power. It looks like a toss sweep, but they're pulling guards.
2nd and 5 this time. In trouble, the Drillers wrap him up, and that's Caleb Clark, and the superstar got nothing out of it. However, Kenny, a little bit more deliberate here on this drive when they're chewing up some clock.
Yes, this is going to be another contest that goes to the final possession. You know, we said it last week, and that's exactly what happened. Right now we got a 3rd and 6 for the Eagles.
Under a minute left here in this first quarter. Great to have you with us. I'm Vance Palm with Kenny Calvin and Kevin Willie. 3rd and 6. Krowski looks behind. Quick pitch. This one's to the left side. This is going to be Clark. He waits. He's patient. Goes down. No gain. So that right side of the Driller defense over there doing a great job. And I'll tell you what, if you've got Zachary Wheeler over there, Wheeler is completely shutting that now right downside as a cornerback, as a DB's getting over there.
And Big Olsen doing his job, keeping containment, forcing it back inside. That was an amazing job by that outside linebacker. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. So we got a classic on our hands already, VP, 7-7.
We'll be back, Kern High Network, right after this. Second quarter action. We're tied at 7.
Fourth down. We got our punt team
Fourth
out.
and 7. Finally a punt. Oh, almost blocked. Should take a nice bounce. Oh, and it doesn't. So a break for the Drillers. They're going to get it basically at the 20-yard line.
All right, VP, so we get our first stop by a defense.
Who's we?
For the first time as Kern High Network broadcasters. And now we can see what the mentality of this Driller offense as they approach their first possession after a stop.
And after a 7-minute-plus drive, they're right back on the field again. So their juices are flowing. They're going. You know what I'm saying? They haven't been sitting around waiting. You see how that Eagles offense, they were on the sidelines for almost 8 minutes. They came out and just didn't have it together. Here we go. It's a run to the left side, and it's Lee, and he gets right to the middle of the football field with regards to the hash marks, about the 22-yard line, 23-yard line. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, Kenny. I mean, last week was just like it was an instant classic. We joke about it. We talk about it. It was a thriller down to the very last play of the game. Body blow after body blow, and then some fantastic play followed by another fantastic play. This one's just basically right now, like, two boxers trying to feel each other out here and see what's up.
All right. Spread set for the Drillers.
Oh, man, that's a nice play right there by Garrett Lloyd. Garrett Lloyd made a shoestring ankle tackle. Oh, that would have been much more damage.
Look like it's going to be running back by committee for the Drillers tonight.
You're right.
Lee came up a little hobbled there, but Keon Bowden had a nice drive, the previous drive for the Drillers. 10:48 to play in the second quarter.
No jersey 84 yet out there, Kenny. He's on the sideline still. 3rd and 1. So deep in their own territory, they need to pick this up. Cavazos. Can they get the 1? They do get the 1. So first down, Drillers. Not by much, but they got it.
You like to see the discipline by the Drillers, not really getting out of character and doing a lot of basketball on grass, really challenging that offensive line to continue to move the crowd as well.
2 weeks ago, the Kern High Network called another instant classic with North coming from behind to win again last second play. And then last week we had that game that everybody's been talking about. Let's see what happens here. Oh, nice job up front by the Eagles. Nothing, maybe a yard. Really nice job. What quick feet up front for Arroyo Grande.
Yeah, I mean, again, that defensive line of Arroyo Grande, and I wish I had number 62's name on their roster. We're going to work on getting that because he's making so many plays. We need to make sure we give him his credit.
Their family wants to hear his name. We'll figure it out. We'll get that name.
All right, 2nd and 9.
So the Drillers just slow, methodical, plodding. They're getting down to the last second before they have to make a play call here. Yet you can see the back official's hand is up counting. They stay on the ground. Another great play up there. Good tackle by Kess Youngkin, jersey 24.
Tackled by number 23, Cole Johnston, and number 24.
Yeah, you had a young member of the 2-3 gang down there in Cole Johnston making a good tackle. It's going to be key for the Drillers to try to convert here. It's about a 3rd and 7. They have 3rd and 9 on the board.
All right, they got it corrected. So 8:41 and counting. Very deliberate, slow, planned offense here. Look at that top setup for you, Kenny.
Yeah, trips open for Cavazos.
Slow rush, mellow rush, and Sheehy's going to get caught short of the first down. Oh, they're going to say incomplete, drop the football. So It's going to be 4th and 7, and the Eagles get a stop.
We get our second stop on the night, and it comes from the Eagles defense. Goes to show you it's a very evenly matched contest, and it's going to be who makes the least mistakes when it counts the most that gets away with this game in the championship.
Right. So far we haven't seen any, really. Just great play. Captain Jack back to punt.
Talk about some big plays. Jack had to play at a game on the drop snap that he ended up drop kicking.
Maybe he'll get a good bounce. Maybe it'll kind of just falls apart about the 37-yard line. 37-yard line. So pretty good field position. Want to thank everybody at Bakersfield High School for having us here. Love the fact that you could host us this evening. Special thanks to Stan Green, the Director of School Support Services. Saw the big boss down on the grass tonight before the game. All of our current high school district superintendents and our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union for allowing us to put on events like this for our community. And after this play, I'll read off all of the great administrative and staff members at BHS that make it the hallmark school that it is. 1st and 10.
All right, so we got a name on number 62. It's Dominic Felice.
Dominic Felice. Hey, look at this, Kenny. Great news. Great news. So Taman's back in the game. Millette tackling Taman, but good news that jersey 17's back in. And Dominic Felice. So the Felice family, we've got you covered with jersey 62. Hey, did you hear me when I said 17's back in?
Oh, yeah.
There he is, back by his quarterback. Love seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, you want
the
to
best players on the field.
See the best presentation. Shotgun double set for the Eagles.
Krosky looks like he's going to throw. Ball's on the ground. He picks it up. And he's on the ground.
He's on the ground.
So slippage, droppage, loss of yardage.
We're seeing it affect both sides of the football, too, and it's happened right in that spot. And, again, I've been on campus this week. It's rained cats and dogs. The whole campus was flooded. So, though the field looks great, it's very soggy.
You can see over there right by number 30, not the jersey 30, but the 30-yard line. A big wheelbarrow full of dirt right there. Now it's 3rd and 15. So already sketchy play here. Oh, it's a nice screen play. It's to Taman. Taman almost lost his footing, so everybody's slipping out there. You can see it, and he looked down at the grass. He's like, man, I can't make a cut. I can't make a cut. So, Kenny, question for you, my friend. When you have players on both teams and on both sides of the football, offense and defense, that are jagged cut move guys, and you can't do it, what's the schedule?
What's the schedule is speed your feet. That's the key to not slipping in muddy conditions. It's one of the things that Coach Chudy taught us at the collegiate level. When you speed your feet, you're stepping and replacing so fast that you're able to get that traction.
Another punt. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. Everybody needs to get out of the way, and it'll go out about the 36-yard line. Speed your feet.
Yeah, you got to speed your feet when you're playing on a soggy, wet, unstable surface, because it's the best way to retrace your step when that slip happens. And yeah, you're going to have those moments where you slip, but if your head is above your shoulders, and you're keeping your nose over your toes, you're not going to slip as far.
Got it. Love it. Love it when you can educate myself and younger football players out there that are watching this, some underclassmen that are watching this. Thank you, Kenny.
Yeah, got to keep them chopping.
Okay, 1st and 10. Couple of punts, couple of stalled drives on both sides of the football. 6:12 left. Cavazos wants to go upstairs, running out of room, throws one, and it's just out of the reach of the intended receiver. So at first I think he wanted to go up top to B.J. Veazey, but he was pretty well covered on the top of your screen on the left side of the field.
Yes, sir. Amazing coverage by Anders Winters. He's a 6-foot junior, but just didn't fall asleep. You know, that's the key to being a great defensive back. Situationally aware, not falling asleep.
You know, after run, you have to be ready. 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground, and again, it's Dominic Felice.
Man, I'm glad we got this kid's name. I told you.
I'm sure his family is also.
I mean, he's made so many plays in the interior so far that he's keeping this Arroyo Grande's defense stabilized. They haven't really had the challenges of having to cover deep balls. They're having to keep things controlled and contained in the trenches. And Felice is leading the way.
Well, the DJ's starting to figure out that things are awfully quiet here, too. So in between plays, he's cranking it up. 3rd and 9. Cavazos wants to throw. Does. Throws it out to the side. Oh, what a great pass out there to who else? BJ Veazey. What a great pass.
His second catch for a 3rd down conversion. Not counting the run for the 3rd down conversion, right? But you're seeing a theme. When it counts, you got to go to the guys you can depend on. Love to see the relationship that Cavazos and Veazey has since last week.
Yeah, great point, Kenny. I mean, that's his guy. He even said it many times about it. That's my guy. But, well, when you can take that friendship and that relationship and translate it into clutch moments, takes it to a whole nother level. Under 5 to go here in the first half, right in the middle of the football field. Oh, what a great run there. And Jersey 12 continues to do it, Demarie Lee.
So impressed by Demarie Lee being another guy that you can depend on, right? He wasn't the guy that's slated to start these games, but he's coming out being the guy leading the way and getting the most carries.
4.5 left in the first half. Tied at 7. 2nd and 5. Ball is inside Eagle territory at the Arroyo Grande 49-yard line. Drillers, 4 minutes and 20 seconds and counting. Would like to capitalize right here and close off the half. Cavazos fakes the pitch, but then gives it to Lee. So picks up maybe one. Going to be a 3rd and 4.
Man, I'll tell you, this front 7 of Arroyo Grande is playing very inspired.
No joke,
Cody Winters.
Kess Youngkin
on that tackle. They're just finding a way because that was a nice play call with the old school counter tray, what we used to call it when Steve Wofford was getting the ball and running for 500 yards a game.
You see Steve tonight with his nine Valley Championship rings he had on from Bakersfield High School. He's deemed himself Lord of the Rings. 3rd and 4. They tried again. Nothing doing.
Whoa.
Ball's on the ground. No, they picked it up. Man, nothing doing there. They tried a little bit of misdirection, but just did not happen. And another big stop.
Man, Dominique Felice is dominating this football game in the trenches right now for Arroyo Grande. And I'm a defender. It's special. I love seeing guys take it upon themselves and just lead the way. He's doing that for his team. And now back deep is Caleb Clark.
That makes me nervous. If you're a Driller fan, it's perfect return spot of the field right now. The position is all set up for Clark. Nice snap. Captain Jack's going to let it fly over to this corner here. Uh-oh. No fair catch. But a helmet pops off. What in the world?
Gutsy catch by Clark.
Man, oh man, that ball just died like a sinker. The bottom just fell out. And he had designs to do something special, but he just had to fall on it. So 2:43 left in the half. We're tied at 7. I'm Vance Palm with Kenny Calvin, Kevin Willie. The artist is with us. You getting cold there, dude?
Oh, yeah, that temperature drop is real. This is real championship football and championship weather.
You hear this youngin say that?
Man, oh man. He's got gloves on, Kevin. Gloves. Okay, they're going to go to the air. Nice play. Good setup. And the big fella's still running, and they finally get him at the knees because Garrett Lloyd is no joke. Good play. Very good design.
How many championships at BC have we done where you couldn't see the field because of the fog?
Right.
Yeah.
That's cold.
Yep. Well,
you know what else was cold was that pass by Kuriowski as he got it over the outstretched arms of Jeremy Millette.
You know what else was cold was the feelings of Garrett Lloyd on those defenders. He was running over guys. They quickly put it in the hands of their superstar that was down earlier, and he's hard to bring down. That is 17, Zach Taman.
Yeah, he's a low. 1,500 yards on the season. As we tack these on, he's just one of those kids that's going to continue to speed his feet, which creates yards after contact. 2nd and 3.
Went out of bounds, so the clock stopped at 2:02.
Oh, big blow is J.L. Wells.
J.L. Wells did not even get off the field. Did not get off the field. He was trying to run off and maybe a cramp or something. He just went down.
Cramping is very common in cold weather because you don't drink as much because it feels good. What doesn't feel good for these drillers is the fact that J.L. Wells is the leading tackler on this defense and really the brain as the safety. So you definitely want to hope that you get him back up if you're a driller coach and fan.
Our colleague Rich Cornford brought that up last year. The same point you bring up, that in the summertime, you're always hearing hydrate, 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 hydrate. And so, of course, you're hydrating. But in the wintertime, it's not as prevalent. You don't do it as much, but your body still wants it. They're like, hey, where's all the water at, man?
And that looks like exactly what we're seeing in J.L. Wells as he's really just cramping up. And now he's trying to get to the sideline and get some stretching in. Good thing to see for the driller defense. Second and short for Arroyo Grande. Twins left, spread.
Krosky fakes the handoff. It's complete, and he's on to the second touchdown of the evening. There it is, Caleb Clark, TD, number 2.
Yeah, and that's just a missed tackle by that defensive back. I believe that may have been B.J. Vesey on the coverage. No, actually, looks like that was number 25 on the coverage, and just a nice job with that quarterback. Again, we talked about him being 6 for 6 last week in Kriyowski. They don't pass a lot, so when they do, they catch you off guard, and that's just a nice 3-step drop, quick slant, touchdown, Eagles.
Drillers now possibly face a 7-point deficit with under 2 to go. Here's the kicker. It looks like a linebacker, Dustin Reed. The snap, the hold, the kick is perfect.
Point after is good.
So they strike quickly.
53 left in the half. It's Arroyo Grande.
And under 2 minutes to go here in the half, the Drillers move the ball a long ways here to catch up. Unless they get a big-time return. It'd be great to have a nice kickoff return for the Drillers.
Yeah, Arroyo did a nice job just getting the matchups that they wanted. They went in that spread formation, run those quick slants. It's up to the DB to make the tackle. You don't make the tackle, that's a touchdown.
The BHS administration I was going to thank is Principal Ryan Guyvet, AP of Instruction, Alicia Olenek. The AP of Administration is Ricky Ishida. The 3 Dean of Student Behavior and Supports, Brian Smith, Tamara Myalka, Christina Rathburn. The Athletics Director is our good friend, Matt Ornelas, and the Activities Director, who else could it be? Anna Olson. Saw the Olson family down there tonight. One of the best.
All right, 1:53 to play in this second quarter. The Drillers have an opportunity. If you're the front line, you definitely got to be aware of anything tricky. Be a nice opportunity to call that right now if you're Arroyo Grande.
All right, everybody bunched in tight right here, like you said. It's going to be the full-on driver. They hit it all the way to the 5-yard line. Vesey looking for room. Goes down. Oh, almost a face mask. All the Drillers are asking for it.
Good field position with 1:45 to play in the first half.
Kickoff return out past the 30-yard line.
Okay. We've seen them do it. They can strike quickly.
Right. What you don't want to do is get too desperate. You got good field position, so you want to stay within the context and flow of the offense. But you definitely don't want to get a ball back or make a mistake on this end.
1:46 officially left here in the half. The Drillers have a ton of timeouts. And they have Cavazos in the shotgun. Ball's on the 34-yard line. Cavazos fires quickly, gets it out. Really nice job, and Sheehy gets out of bounds.
That's a nice route concept there on that quick hitch to get you some confidence and letting you know what you want to do with the rest of this time.
Kenneth, in less than a month, we're going to see that young man on the hardwood.
Oh, yeah. All-time leading assist guy is number 1, R.J. Sheehy, and he's only a sophomore.
How crazy is that?
It's crazy.
Because you Drillers don't pass the ball, that's why. 1:39 now. Ton of time. Oh, will it be a? No, it's going to be a holding call. So great play. It's going to be called back as there was a tussle between Grayson Bowman and Kess Youngkin. They were getting into it in the backfield. And at first the ref didn't throw the yellow. He was hanging on to it, right? They were just kind of, but then Bowman just laid on the guy. He says, all right, I got to call it.
Yeah, and that nullifies that momentum I talked about
Great
with that
play.
quick hitch, because now you're behind the chains. Though it's first down, you still flip the field position by that 10-yard penalty. From the 45 to the 35 changes your whole playbook in some instances. But it's still 1st and 20.
90 seconds. The Eagles of Arroyo Grande up 14-7. Nice pitch, nice catch.
Gotta love the confidence and calm in Cavazos. All he does is show up and do his job.
You're right, Kenny. You're right.
You know, he doesn't get a lot of credit. He's not the first guy you're interviewing when you come and see the team, but all he does is move the chains. And now he's in the position for some championship football.
You're right. We always have the same narrative about him, don't we? It's always the same thing. He's, just does a solid job. 2nd and 9. Can he get his drillers into the end zone? Another quick pass out here is to Lee. Lee looking to make a move. Lee. Oh, what a great cut, and gets to the 37-yard line. They'll stop the clock long enough to move the sticks.
That was a huge conversion, and you see number 12 is showing up big for the drillers without Lomax.
Another quick toss out. Can he get out of bounds? We'll see. VZ trying to get out of bounds. Does he?
The clock is
No,
still
he
chopping.
did not. His knee went down, so a timeout called by head coach Rashawn Sheehy and his assistants, by the way, Emilio Cantu, Noah Hawley, Cody Stone, Jason Oliver, and a host of other big names that kind of hang around the program. Kenny, before we go to halftime, I'd love for you to share the great experience that happened yesterday morning right here. Talk about it, please.
So Thanksgiving alumni walkthrough practice was yesterday for the drillers in Drillerland, and I got to tell you, it was something that I'd never seen before.
Thanksgiving morning.
Here as a driller. When I played here, we always were excited to be here and practice on Thanksgiving, but you didn't have the community showing up. And yesterday you had about 75 former legends come out to just be part of the process and root these young athletes on. And it was one of the most beautiful driller moments I ever had.
I saw it advertised, and had I been in town, I was going to stop by. Even as an Arvin Bear, I was going to soak it in for tonight's game. But I thought what I saw on the social was just beautiful, Kenny. Players with high-level statue-type personalities are out here. Now it's a 1st and 10. We're in present day, under a minute. Drillers trying to get in the end zone. Play action. It's Cavazos. He's got great legs. He can run. Got to get out of bounds. He knows it, and he does.
Great heads-up play by number 9. He wanted to take that shot, but just great job by that safety, staying on top of everything. And he pulls it down and gets 7.
So I looked like 6, so it's going to be, 3rd and 4 maybe? He went out of bounds, so everybody can kind of take their time for a second, put these next few plays together. 4-down territory for sure. I don't know if Captain Jack's close enough for a field goal. So 3rd and 4. Big play here. A couple of big plays. Cavazos fires quickly right in the middle, and it's caught out there by Sheehy. So they're going to have to, they move the chains. They've got 10 seconds while they move the sticks. Another 1st down. Looks good here. And, Coach Field and his Eagles, they're not really on their heels, Kenny. They're not on their heels, but
a little soft, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, because they're basically letting them play pitch and catch all the way down the field. And I think, if you're really trying to keep them out, you got to tighten up. That was easy pitch and catch for the drillers on that 3 consecutive plays.
And partner, 1 missed tackle, and we're tied up.
Yeah.
All right, we see the incomparable Jersey 0 jog on the field. Doesn't even go in the huddle. Look at BJ.
something tells you he might be getting it.
He jogged on the field, didn't go to the huddle. So with 34 seconds left, Cavazos pump fakes it, then has to let it fly, but he drops it over to Sheehy, but Sheehy's well covered, and they'll have to burn a timeout here.
So you get another timeout. It's going to be 21 seconds. You love the fact that Cavazos isn't trying to force the ball. He's looking at multiple reads. You very rarely see this at this level where you see a quarterback having time to go through 3 reads, let alone actually reading them and checking it down.
Yeah, why take a shot if it ends up not even getting another shot, right? So Coach Sheehy was quite demonstrative, jumping right in front of the official, waving his hands. He thinks probably that 4 or 5 seconds went off the clock from when he was calling timeout, yelling timeout. But the officials doing a great job tonight. I'm just really well officiated game, and these guys are at a high level here. They're at a high level here.
Clean officiating, clean coaching. You love to see it. And this is a great game right here. 14-7, Drillers in scoring position.
However, Kenneth, listen to the crowd.
Oh, yeah. They're waiting on some excitement.
There's nothing going on. They're chomping at the bit for something to happen here. Maybe now. It's a 3rd and 4. And I believe the Drillers have one more timeout. Doesn't show on the board. Sheehy in motion to the left side. Cavazos right in the middle of the football field, and that's a first down for sure. So he looks left and really sells it left and then just dumps it right in the middle to Gridiron. He'll spike it with 13 seconds left. So it's second now, 2nd and 10.
The level of maturity that I'm seeing out of Cavazos is very impressive. You know, this kid, he's had to split duty with Mackey. He had to split duty last year with Gomez in moments. All he does is continue to show up like a guy with a hard hat and lunch pail ready to drill some oil.
Well, the train honked right when you said it, so here's a big play here. 13 seconds remaining here in the first half. Driller's going to try to get in. Cavazos takes the snap. No rushing really whatever from the Eagles. Throws it in the corner, and that is OB.
Ball is thrown out of bounds. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
Yep, and now you're going to get the kicking unit out because you don't want to get all the way down here
and get nothing. So on a 3rd down, they bring out the kicking team in case of something not going great. The holder, by the way, is Cody Trotter. So a 31-yarder for Captain Jack. Hopkins, well-known figure. Low snap. That ball's got to get up. And that is a beauty. A beauty. Great job. And that had like a hook on it, like a great right to left ball on the golf course. It just went right through the upright. So they got something. That's good, Kenny.
Yeah, I mean, an amazing kick by Jack because that amazing hold by Trotter because the snap looked low. Trotter was able to get that up just in time. And Jack with the 9-iron right inside the left pole. We got a great one, VP.
They ran the second off of the clock, and I think that's just going to do it. There was 1 second up there. Maybe the coach just said, hey.
And that's the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen.
Because the clock stopped with 1 second. Maybe there was a decision made down that we weren't aware of. What I can tell you now is the clock is 14:54 and counting. That means it's halftime. We will take a break, and when we come back, we'll give you our summary of the first half, and then it's going to be 2 exciting quarters for the Valley Championship Division 2 back with the 3rd quarter on the Kern High Network.
May I have your official please? There's a Julie Coleman here. Your credit card has been found. You've been turned in. Punch your ticket. Please, credit card. If you have cars west of the South Gate entrance, they are starting to ticket cars. You park west of the South Gate entrance. Move your car.
Like, he comes in and says, let's take a ride. Okay. Because I had asked her if she wanted to go to the hospital. I said, that's fine. Turns out she had diverticulitis. Oh, yeah. We were in the triage hallway at the emergency finally. And she couldn't sit still. She couldn't go on the skin. She said, there's just no place to get away from the pain.
I know people who have had it. It's sorry.
It feels like it's coming out to her. It's straight from the back. So she came home from the hospital.
You got a lot going on, bro. I'm in my 10th week of shingles. 10th week. Still.
Oh, that's right. That's what you were in the hospital.
All right here, and my back a little bit. It's all really horrible.
Yeah, her dad had it.
Your dad did? Your father-in-law? It's the worst, man. Most people look at me and tell like, anything I've ever experienced. And still, I'm 10 years into it. Still going. Yeah, it's been rough, dude.
Stopped at the casino on the way back home and $1,800.
Hard Rock?
Yeah.
You guys eat a lot of food yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm alongside Ken Calvin and Kevin Willie. And our buddy Art's with us tonight. Appreciate Art spending some time with us. Whenever they come up, this is one of the best places to call a high school football game. Liberty has a nice spot also, but boy, this is right up on the chalet, if you will, overlooking Griffith Field. Kenny, you spent a lot of years on that field as a student athlete at Bakersfield High School. You work here now. You're part of the Kern High Network. Could be the last 2 quarters of football for the Drillers. They're down 4. What's on the schedule for the next 2 quarters?
You know, just reflecting on my time here, I never lost on this field. So that's one of the things that very symbolic to me being here during these months. You reflect on the great times with teammates and family. So I'm sure that these guys are focused on that. But really they're focused on how they finish the half with some confidence and some composure.
That's a great point, Kenny. I mean, neither teams have really made any really crucial mistakes. No turnovers. It hasn't happened yet. And as you say, the quarterback Cavazos comes down like a technician and just picks his spots and gets them, put him right in the spot. And Captain Jack Hopkins with a nice field goal. And we saw him out here hitting 50-yarders during halftime. So to your point, the Drillers and the Eagles possibly facing their last 2 quarters of football here. Well, one of them is certainly, but with the Eagles up 14-10, if you're in that locker room and your head coach Stephen Field, what'd you tell your Eagles?
You know, for the Eagles, you're right where you want to be. You have the lead. You haven't made a lot of mistakes. You got your big gun back and Taman coming back to the backfield. You're telling them to stay the course and win the second half of football the same way you won the first half, because they've done a great job being calm and composed too. They scored very quickly to start the game, and then they had a couple of stops in between that, but they found themselves to get a second touchdown, and that has to boost your confidence in a visiting team being up on the road.
Coach Rashawn Sheehy underneath the stairs here had a chance to talk to his Drillers. What's he telling those guys?
Hey, he's reminding some of these guys that this may be the last time you ever get to lace up wearing this blue jersey, and what do you want your legacy to be reminded of? You know what I mean? Like, this is your opportunity to put a stamp on your legacy, and reminding them that you guys have been here before. Last year's game wasn't this close when you were versus Frontier at the half, and now you actually have an opportunity to get back into a football game because you're going to get the ball first.
Yeah, they start on the receiving end. So thank you to Kevin Willie for doing the impossible, making us look good and sound good. It's a tough gig. West High Viking, Kevin.
The legend.
Kenny, a well-documented driller. I'm an Arvin Bear.
Kern County All-Stars, man.
Old school stuff here. Old school stuff.
You know, and that's the fun thing about us doing this contest. Yeah, I'm a driller. You know, I've got the – you know, you love the drillers too much stuff, but really we love everything about Kern County football and Kern High Network.
And the coastal stuff. Having Arroyo Grande over here, one of the best communities in California.
Absolutely.
For those of you that are watching this from Arroyo Grande, great to have you guys here. We tried not to say AG too much, but we know that's who you guys are. AG and BHS, second half.
Classic battle.
Somebody's playing their last 2 quarters of football, and somebody's moving on to some state playoffs. 14-10. The team on your right kicking off is in the lead. Team on your left has got some dangerous weapons waiting for this kick. It's up. It's going to be returnable for sure, and it's taken at the 1-yard line by Veazey. Veazey looking for a seam. Oh, some great defense there. Nice move right there. BJ Veazey, what can he do? He can do everything. To the 42. BJ Veazey still on his feet. He gives a stiff arm, but he gets a stiff arm as well from Andrew Moreno. So he's that guy.
Man, time and time again, the kid showed you why his name gets called so often. Just an amazing individual effort. He broke 4 tackles between the 20 and 30 and got 40 more yards.
When you know his personality, that's why I'm chuckling a little bit. When you know his personality, he is so tough. He's a rough, tough, strong kid. But when you're talking to him, it's like he's just hanging out at the beach on a Sunday afternoon. He goes, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Coolest kid on campus.
Well, if his brother's watching after the big victory over the Eagles,
Oh, man, Carl Jones, such an amazing job on special teams.
Man, the Bears, what are
For
they
the
up
Bears.
to? What are they up to? When Chicago's playing well, the whole league enjoys it, you know? Here we go. 1st and 10. Cavazos in the shotgun at his own 43. Sorry, on the Eagles 43. Give it to Sheehy. Sheehy cuts up, gets tripped up. And a big ooh out of the crowd.
Amazing job again by this front seven. You know, this is just an amazing job by that front seven. Because against a lot of teams, that's a 40-yard run.
But the field position already a factor here in the third quarter. You're starting your drive inside the opponent's 50. Cavazos in the shotgun. We've seen him throw well tonight. Doesn't wait. Oh, and it's batted back, knocked down. So did not get past the long arms of Kes Youngkin. That's the first batted ball.
Amazing awareness. You know, they've given up a lot of those short passes, and they're saying, hey, if you can't get there, get your hands up. And Kes Youngkin.
Kenneth, 3rd and 10, just like that. It's already a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it's probably 4-down territory if you're the Drillers.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, I mean, you know, 37-yard line, you're not going to kick it from there, so you want to try to get some of this. Wouldn't be surprised if you see something on the ground.
3rd and 10.
But that's why I'm up here.
Cavazos pointing to where he wanted to go. He was pointing to his receiver, and maybe that's not the best idea because he showed everybody exactly where he was throwing it, and he was hit hard. So now decision time. Look at this.
Wow, so you got Jack coming out. He's going to try it from that distance. We saw him kicking from that distance earlier.
I don't think so. I think he's going to – is he going to try to go for it, or is he going to punt it?
This is going to be a kick attempt, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, hey, we just –
Oh, no, it's going to be a punt.
I was going to say, that would be that'd be in the 53-yard range. Maybe a fake, Kenny.
I mean, you see Arroyo Grande in a safe defense right here. With this ball at the 36-yard line, you got to make sure if you're Jack that you keep this ball from going into the end zone.
Oh, that's a beauty right there, and a beauty. Did not fair catch it.
He
took
didn't
a
fair
shot.
catch it.
He took a big shot without fair catching it. Yikes.
And that's dangerous because for the defenders, you're slowing down because you just assume that he's going to fair catch it in all that traffic. He doesn't.
If you're a defender, you can unload on him too.
Yeah. But, you know, in that moment, you're scared to because you're like, man, is this real? Can I hit him? All right, great defensive stop as Miss Rathburn heads down the stadium steps. This is one of my bosses right here, one of our fearless deans.
Christina Rathburn delivering water to the one and only Ken Calvin. Man, that's power right there. 1st and 10. They try to stay between the hash marks. The Drillers keep it to within 2 yards. 2nd and long coming up. We're in the third quarter. Just started the third quarter. It's 14-10. Arroyo Grande is up.
Yeah, coming off a great stop. Good job by the defense minimizing that first down carry, only to 2. Trips.
So the AG Eagle fans traveled. The fans, now the stand's almost full. 2nd and 8. Krosky hands the ball off to Taman. Taman pushed out to the outside.
Great tackle.
And a nice job of getting to the ankles.
That ball
of
come
Taman.
out?
And with somebody as big and bruising and tough as he is, and he gets up a little hobble again, he's definitely playing banged up. That Driller, I didn't get his number. He went right for the ankles.
Yeah, I believe that was Denham Simmons with that play on the left side. And that's key because with these big physical teams, when you can keep them in 3rd and long and prepared for the pass, you're usually ready for that. Driller DBs haven't played too well against the pass today.
They're taking their time getting this play in. I formation for Krusky behind center. They need 7 for a first down. Play action, drops back. He's in trouble. Got to get rid of it, and it's Incomplete, no flag, so a good hold by the Drillers on defense. And
wow.
So deep in their own territory, they're going to punt this football. And the return man for the Drillers, Kenny, is inside the 50.
R.J. Sheehy and VC back deep. But how about the defense by the Drillers in that sequence? There was nobody to pass to, but there was just about 5 or 6 defenders in the quarterback's face. He had no chance.
4th and 7, execution important here for the Eagles. Oh, what a boomer. What a boomer. Sheehy takes it inside the 50, looking for a wall. Extremely speedy guy. Some nice blocking in there. Sheehy cuts up, gets inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. Oh, just what the doctor ordered for the Drillers.
And that's exactly why I'm up here broadcasting, because they punt the football and get it right back where they almost kicked it from at that 26-yard line.
Thinking ahead. Little just the pot, that. Look.
It's great coaching.
You're a defender, my man. You know when your defense is playing well. As a coach, you know when you're handling the offense, you're handling what they're bringing to you. And so now, Kenny, 1st and 10 inside the 30-yard line of the Eagles. This is a big-time must-have score drive for the Drillers.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if you see some play action to try to take advantage of the sudden change after that defensive stop.
Cavasso behind center. Takes the snap. They stay on the ground with it. And nice play. A really, really great play in there by Asher Sizemore. And a flag on the far side of the field. Far side of the field. And most of the time, it's going to be a false start.
Well, formation.
Yeah, I don't know that he was set, Kenny.
Yeah.
You saw the same thing I did and the officials did as well, so little toe stubber to get things started here.
Yeah, and those are the things that frustrate coaches more than anything. It's the first play of a series, and you're making self-inflicted wounds. They'll repeat the down, 1st and 15.
I'm here to tell you, this is a must-have drive. Must-score drive here. Cavazos has a ton of time. Great job, and he's got a man open. And he catches it good. And he gets a ton of yardage back. It's going to be 2nd and short. So great job there. He ran all the way over here down below us, turned back around. Great blocking, no holding from the lineman. I thought he was going deep to the pylon, though, my man.
What you love, VP, is his eyes were up the whole time. Most guys scramble to run. He scrambles to find open guys. Just an amazing job.
I'll say this carefully. At the high school level, we had a quarterback that did the same thing, ran eyes wide open, threw across his body, ran an offense like few have done here. I'll be careful when I say Cody Kessler. I'll be careful because of the stature of Cody. But this young man right here is really an impressive quarterback. And as I say that, I don't think he got the playoff in time. Okay. Oh, timeout called by Coach Sheehy. So we're saved. We're saved as announcer. No hurt, no curse, no hex. We're going to take the timeout. And we'll be back. 7:41 in the third quarter. Nice football game brewing here in the second half. After the timeout, 2nd and 3. Drillers bust through a hole. Oh, what a big run there by Edward Leach. Leach all over it. Nice tackle, Ed.
Great play by Leach. Because that had disaster written all over it. Had he hit one hole and got north and south, he could still be running. But that's just a great individual tackle on kickoff coverage.
It had opportunity, but he snuffed it out. 6:48 remaining here in the third. A lot of football left. Now we're going to see what Jake Krosky can put together.
Well, we know that they can score fast.
Oh, they're going Wildcat right out of the gate, and they put it in Caleb Clark's hands. So that's a smart move right there by Coach Field and his staff. They're like, look, just give it right. Let's do a Ryan Matthews. Just snap it to him.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who Ryan Matthews is, he's one of the greatest of all time around these parts. Catching it from a Wildcat formation and just taking it the distance.
Every single play of the game.
All right. That was a nice first down run. 2nd and 5.
In motion this time is Clark. Runs right in front of his quarterback. They go on the ground again. Look out. Wow. Big, strong, tough Zach Taman, who was banged up earlier in the game, and we didn't know that he was going to even be back in, but he looks spry now, Kenny. That halftime break helped him.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. If Dennis Simmons doesn't make that tackle, that's a 60-yard touchdown. That's a touchdown-saving tackle. It's the subtle things that help win games, and those are the kind of plays that people aren't hooting and hollering about, but those are touchdown-saving tackles.
You see it on film on Monday, right?
Absolutely.
I formation. They're staying on the ground right in the middle of the football field, and Taman now gets loose. Not going to outrun those drillers, but he does pick up a first down. So, you know, that ability to kick out, as we've talked about over the last couple of weeks, you know, you're blocked up front. You can't find anything. You don't just kick out immediately. You wait until you got the timing right, and then boom, he was gone.
Yeah, the big fella's up front. You know, led by number 77, Santiago Navarro. He's 6'2", 260 pounds. So he can move.
That name sounds big. 1st and 10. Look out. Oh, what a great move there by Clark. Clark finally going to get wrapped up. They're trying to strip him. Careful now, careful now, careful now.
Great individual effort by Clark. And you can see Arroyo Grande is very intent.
They're not messing around.
We're not messing around. Hat on the hat.
Great football.
Quarterback power, basically, when you go into that Wildcat.
Our nation's battles are not fought on the sidelines. They are won by Marines.
15-yard line. So 1st and 10, they can get another one if they need it.
4:50 to play in this third quarter.
I formation again. In motion is Clark. They're going to keep it on the ground. Oh, nice job by the drillers there. Really good job, and they'll probably stop forward progress. Oh, goodness.
Amazing play by the big fella, Amaje Johnson. He was player of the week against that Independence team who's also playing in the championship against Kennedy. We're going to have to get some score updates.
Yeah, I haven't really been peeking around at all. I've been focused on
we got a good one.
This battle right here. 2nd and 12, a 2-yard loss on that. They're in pass formation. I don't think they'll do it. They don't. They give it to Taman. Taman's undercut again, and it's that same. Oh, what in the world's going on? Oh, I don't think they heard the whistle. You know what? That's a great job. Great job by the officials.
Great officiating.
Because you got Zach Wheeler must not have heard the whistle because he was trying to throw down a tank, and it wasn't working.
Yeah, and it looks like you got J.L. Wells trying to come out of the game.
Yeah, remember, he's a little banged up, Kenny. Remember he had that cramp earlier.
Yep.
Okay, 3rd and 12. Huge play here. If they hold them, it would be a situation where the Eagles may kick to tie it up. We'll see. It looks like Wildcat again. It is. He's looking for a gap. Can the drillers keep him? They do. He gets to the 10-yard line. It'll be 4th and 5.
Wow.
Decision time, Kenny. Decision time, and it looks like they're bringing in a field goal unit.
And this is a tough angle for a kicker. You're kicking from the left hash. The high school hashes are very wide. In collegiate football and NFL football, they're shrunk in, so they're much closer. The wide hashes in high school make these kind of kicks very interesting.
Okay, the kicker is the stout Dustin Reed.
2:46 to play.
This is big
Third
here.
quarter.
Big here. Drillers don't want to jump. They don't want to jump and just give them a first down. The snap, the hold, the kick, and cool
Beautiful.
is the other side of the pillow, right down the middle. We're tied at 17 with 2:35 to go. What a football game. We'll take a short break and be back with the kickoff right after this. Thank you, Kevin Willie, bringing us back in after the break. I'm Vance Palm with Ken Calvin. 2:35 remaining in the third. We're tied at 17. This is for the championship of the Central Section Division II. In the blue on your left, number 2 seeded Bakersfield High School Drillers. We're on their field, Griffith Field. On your right, in all white, the Arroyo Grande AG Eagles. Maybe that's why people say AG, because they mispronounce Arroyo like me 90 times. Here comes the kick. Well, they kick it again to a driller. This time, I think they might have
the fastest guy on the
Wow, you can't take it out of there. So, And I'll tell you what, Kenny, last week, the Ferrari, Ford, when he ran his back, it's the kickoff to start the game. I even called it on the air.
Yeah, I
said the words out of the end zone, but that's because he was 1 inch in front of the line. It was a 99.9999 yarder. This one will start at the 20. Okay, very, very intriguing drive right here with 2.5 left in the third. The Drillers, they can take their time and do their methodical plotting. But time is of the essence here after this quarter ends. Oh, what about this? Demaria Lee. Wow, it's a big-time run.
You know, the way that he's running this football is bringing such a calming presence to the offense.
You're right.
You know, it's making everything easy from the play calling to the way that Cavazos is able to approach his passing game as well.
Kenny, you're so right. There's the line breaks out of the huddle with confidence. 1st and 10 again, and they go right back to the well. This time he's hit the line of scrimmage. They give him maybe a yard. Things getting a little chippy out there.
Hey, that's Dominique Felice in the middle again. This kid.
I don't know if you want to get chippy with him.
Yeah, I'm not sure you want to get chippy with the big fella down there. He's been dominating in the trenches. We're talking about big 62 for the Eagles. And Lee gets a breather.
The number 1 proven electrolyte blend.
2nd and 9 for the Drillers.
Top of your screen, way up top is B.J. Veazey, man-to-man coverage.
High
had
snap.
to get up there and get it. And the handoff goes to Bolden, and he doesn't pick up anything. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, that high snap destroyed the rhythm in that zone read. And now you got the young fella in Bolden coming out with an injury. He's only a sophomore.
A lot of 10s on that roster, man.
Yeah,
a lot of 10s. Under a minute to go, third quarter.
This is a huge conversion. Double set.
3rd and 9, Cavazos throws. The ball's batted down again at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, because the ball was tipped, you won't get the issue with early contact in the secondary. But great job by that front line. They're not getting there, but they're getting their hands up. It's one of my things I've always try to encourage defenders to do. If you can't get there, keep your eyes up, hands up.
48 seconds remains in the third quarter.
Back deep is the ever so dangerous number 0.
The main dude.
Caleb Clark.
Caleb this time fair catch, and it's caught up at the 34-yard line. So with 42 seconds to go in the third, Crucial moments ahead here. We finished the third and go into this last quarter. One of these teams will go home for good. The season will be over. One of them is going on to some state action.
And this is the tough thing about these games, man. You look at the scoreboard, it's 17-17. Somebody has to lose, right? Two amazing teams that have fought to get this far, and somebody has to lose, man. This is an amazing game. I want to thank the Kern High Network for allowing me to be part of this process, too.
Ditto. And we get Kevin Willie. Well, you've been with Kevin all year.
It's my guy. He stuck the musicians together.
Uh-oh. Oh, man, look at who they had open. There was, first of all, it's a nice catch and grab, but wow. Leland Dean was wide open, gone for 6 if they connect.
Yeah, that was one of those deals where the drillers were saying, we're going to leave some people open, but basically sending so much pressure you can't block it.
Ooh, that was close. If Krosky sees Dean, it's still going. Last play of this third quarter, if they get it off. Do they? Oh, they don't. They don't get it off. They'll be swapping sides of the field. We'll take a short break, and we head into the fourth quarter. Can you believe it? The Central Section of California Division II Championship, as we head into the fourth quarter, is tied at 17 on the Kern High Network. We'll see you in a minute. Fourth quarter action, and we've got a barn burner here. 2nd and 6 for the Eagles. They stay on the ground. They give it to Taman. Oh, look out, everybody.
Huge stop.
The big fella, Ronald Magsby. Now, that's a Kern County bloodline football name.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
I played with Eric Magsby on my team. He's in Vegas now.
That was huge. Now it's a big 3rd and 5. You've got the quarterback behind center for a second. It looked like he was going to be behind center. Now he's not. Kenny, they've gone away from that running game with that little short backwards pitch. Drillers. Oh, and a flag goes up, and it's going to be a first down as they had movement up there. And I think it's going to be on Ahmad J. Johnson. And they're going to move the sticks. They got it. Oh, my gosh. Hard count by Krosky, got him.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight to hold in that position.
That's a big dude, huh?
Fella.
Kevin, he said it, I didn't. Hey, that's a big guy. You put all that inertia in a forward motion, that's tough to stop. Big old dude.
That was crucial.
Oh, man. So now it's 1st and 10. Drillers still look aggressive up there. And whistles blow again. Now, this may be exactly, I saw on the left side of the line. So it's no consolation, still first down for the Drillers, but they send them back 5 yards, and we're under 11 minutes to go now. So,
yeah, so still first down for the Eagles with 10:58 to play. You get some of that penalty yardage back if you're the Drillers. But, again, that was a crucial 3rd down. So now it's a first down and 15 for Arroyo Grande.
Okay, that big 3 up front for the Drillers. Pass is complete, out to Clark. Clark, 1 good move, 2 good moves, and Clark down to the 32-yard line. So there is the aforementioned 2-touchdown guy already tonight, Caleb Clark.
Yeah, Caleb Clark is amazing But when you miss tackles, that's what's happening. Great out route. But as it gets colder, it's hard to grab jersey, grab cloth. As you're tackling guys, you're trying to grab, but it's hard to do when you got frozen fingers. 1st and 10.
10 minutes to go. That's it. Points have been hard to come by in this game. Taman now following his blockers, and the tank gets 8 yards on that one.
And up to number 17, Zach Taman.
See Demarie Lee coming in on defense. He's a guy that plays on both sides of the ball. He had some huge plays defensively last week. They're going to need some plays out of him. But I'll tell you one person we haven't heard a lot from is number 3, Jeremy Millette.
You're so right. Hard count. And everybody expected, all the coaching staff thought they were going to get it from AG. They don't, but they pick up the first down anyway. And I think Coach Field and his staff are going to have a word with the official saying, hey, we got a hard count on them again.
Yeah, that may be a scenario where the defensive coaching staff and Coach Oliver have told the defensive line guys, hey, back up one more extra yard. That way, if you are early, you're still not crossing that plane.
Yeah, you're right. Excellent. 9 minutes. Man, the clock is racing now. Taman waits, patient, follows his blockers.
Very methodical, VP. You see, it's nothing pretty with this offense. They're handing the ball off, hat on a hat, and going through the A-gap, challenging the defensive line.
When you enter the stat for a 3-yard gain, you don't write how it happens, right?
Right. It's 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And you can see the effect that it's having on that defensive line as Amaje Johnson comes out of the game. He's the kid that jumped on that 3rd down play.
2nd and 6, Krowski behind center, I formation. Good lead blocking there. Oh,
Great
nice job by the Drillers. And a really good job up front.
That sequence there by that defensive line is going to be key, because if they don't get a touchdown on this drive, it's going to be because of that kind of play in the interior.
And guess who made that hit that you just mentioned his name? Jeremy Millette.
He's an all-time leading sack guy. He hasn't had a lot of productivity.
That was a big stop there.
But that was a big one.
So here's a big one right here. And you never know. 3rd and 5, behind center's Krowski. They just snap it right to their main guy, Clark. Can Clark get through? He cannot. What a big stop for the Drillers.
Huge stop by the defensive line of the Drillers.
Morgan Reynolds threw him down with authority.
Wow, and you got a hurt offensive lineman for Arroyo, but he's going to get up.
I think he couldn't get underneath the pile.
Well, it's a lot of weight to try to get up quick, too.
So 3rd and 5 now turns into 4th and 5 if they gave him anything at all. And they're coming in for a field goal. So he's been great so far. Dustin Reed has been solid.
Yes, he has.
This one looks like it's going to be a 33-yarder, 34-yarder.
Wow. I mean, some great football being played. That was some phenomenal defense. And if you're the Drillers, 3rd and 5, you remember you already had or 4th and 5, you already had the mistake earlier.
Great point. Don't jump if you're a Driller
jump.
fan. If you're AG, maybe you go for it. You try to play that move again, a hard count. Who calls it, the holder?
Well, we'll see.
They tried. And the kick is going to be good, but Coach Sheehy was asking for movement on the offensive line, and Jeremy Millette was looking at the officials saying they moved. Yeah. There was movement on the line, but to no avail. The field goal goes through, and it's 2017. Another nice job by Reed, put it right through. So great execution on special teams. Kenny, we've seen a very clean football game, no turnovers. Everybody's held onto the football, no interceptions. All the throws have been non-dangerous. Right, knock on wood. I say that just because it's been such a clean game that there hasn't been one of those, oh, wow moments yet.
Yeah, I mean, early we had a couple of balls on the ground, but they were recovered. But like you said, everything's been clean. Officiating's clean. Play calling's clean. And both teams are showing why they made it to the championship. Two well-coached teams that aren't going to give away the game.
You're right. Well, here we go. 7:14 remaining in the championship game of the Central Section D2 final.
Arroyo Grande has done a good job somewhat with their kickoff coverage, but when they fail, they've given up some great field position.
Handled, at the 1 yard line. Can the Drillers get something special here? The Drillers looking for some good field position again. They get it, 32 yard line. So, man, that was right at the 1 inch line. Bolden takes it out.
Wow. Keon Bolden, sophomore.
Wow.
Getting it in.
He looks like a gazelle, doesn't he?
Yeah, long stride. And to see these young guys getting all these touches, it just shows the future is bright for Coach Sheehy and Drillerland. But right now, they're focused on having the best drive of their young careers with 7 minutes left.
Cavazos behind center. They stay on the ground with it. And it's Lomax. He's into the game, Kenny.
Limping, too.
And he goes down in the worst possible scenario. Another weird tackle.
Well, Lomax gets his first carry after being on the sideline for an hour, but you see how shifty he is. It's a first down carry.
So, Demir Lomax, the super sophomore who tore up the season, shredding for big numbers, did not do anything after the first quarter last week. Now here he is in a dramatic entry into the fourth quarter with 7 minutes to go. Lomax again trying to do something, make a cut back. It's going to be marginal sometimes. It's not always going to be the sharpest cut, A, because of the surface that they're playing on, and B, it's not 100%. But he's a beautiful decoy also.
And that's the thing. He has an ankle injury. One of the things with ankle injuries, it's mind over matter, because you're going to have that slight pain, but it's something that you're able to play through. If it's not a break or a fracture, it's just pain.
I just have my ankles taped so hard.
Oh, yeah.
At Cal State, and after the game, would take it off and just blow up. But you can play 2nd and 8. Play action, has a man open if he can get it there. No, he's got to
throw the ball away.
Oh, my gosh.
But he doesn't, and he takes a huge loss.
Gavin Rash with maybe the play of the game right now, because the clock is still ticking. And the Drillers, I thought he would at least let it go. Boy, and Veazey's walking back to the huddle because he was the guy that was deep.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because he had what he wanted, but when you don't have what you want, you got to get rid of that football. He doesn't, and that's a huge loss after they were ahead on the chains. But right now with 5:40 to play, got to get some of this if you're hoping to try to go for it on 4th down.
3rd and 15, 5.5 remain. Sheehy in motion to the right side. Cavazos, got to let it fly again, we think. Cavazos fires over the middle. There's this guy, Veazey. Veazey still running. Veazey still going, being pushed.
Wow.
What a play.
And who does he go to when it counts the most? Agent Zero. He's the guy that's been there for him on these 3rd down conversions, VP. We know he went to him when the game was on the line last week. Goes to him again, 1st and 10.
What a throw by Elijah Cavazos. Goodness.
Yeah, you got to love it because it comes after a mistake. It shows you his character. He's not going to hang his head. He gets right back up and throws a strike to Veazey. 1st and 10.
5 minutes and counting. Now 4:59. Lomax, can you believe it? How much drama can you script in this game? A sophomore that hasn't played in 5 quarters, all of a sudden comes in not at 100%, but he's so dangerous that you've got to keep an eye on him, and it opens up other opportunities. I still think he's the most talented decoy on the field.
I think the most impressive thing is the fact he's been on the sideline for 2 quarters of this game and just comes in and he already has 30 yards.
2nd and 6, 4:22 and counting. They go to Lomax again. Oh, he slips and goes down, but I think he knew what was coming. It was going to be Payne from 62, the man, Felice.
Yeah, I think there you go to the well a little bit too much. Like you said, you probably want to use them as a decoy because all the white jerseys, eyes are on them anyway. They saw his stats coming into the game. So if you can use that against them, you might catch them off guard. They don't. Great job by that defensive line of the top of the Eagles.
The kicker for the Drillers, of course, Captain Jack Hopkins.
3rd and 7.
Whistles blow and a valuable, important timeout taken by the Bakersfield High School Drillers. So 3rd and 7, the ball's on the 25-yard line. The distance really isn't the issue for Hopkins. It's the fact that the Drillers would prefer to get 7.
Yeah, and also with the condition of the field, you don't want to try to put pressure on your kicker to try to dig that deep to try to get it out of the ground. You know, from this distance, 25-30, it's going to be about a 42-yard field goal if they don't get another yard.
Okay. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I know I did.
I definitely did, man. Last
Kevin?
year's was a little different.
You and Kevin both sharing similar Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we had our ups and downs, but my daughter got married a few days before Thanksgiving, and
Beautiful.
we're all having a good time.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. All right. Here we go. Some of the best football moments you can ask for late in the fourth quarter for a championship. Cavazos looks, fires, and it's caught.
Caught.
The official, did they say he caught it? I'm looking for the correct official.
Oh, they're saying incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete. It'll bring
Oh, man.
So that's going to be incomplete. So it brings up 4th and 7. And
Here comes Hopkins.
And here comes Jack. So with 3:29 to play, Captain Jack will have an opportunity. He's been built for it.
He's had some really incredible moments the last couple years on Kernine Network games. And now the AG Eagle fans are up. And this will be a 42-yarder, but he's going to get iced for a few minutes.
Timeout, Arroyo Grande.
And it's not always an ice job. They're also going over strategies. I mean, let's block this thing. Let's knock this and let's tip it. Let's just get up in the air and grab something. So it's not always just about icing the kicker. They've got some strategy to go through.
Yep, 4th and 7. This is the beauty of having a kicker like Hopkins, who's been through some big moments in his young career.
Last year, the Drillers were on the ropes on the road. Hopkins scooped up a bad snap and booted it and saved the game and got the win. Last week, on a muffed snap, the ball bounced on the ground. He kicked it off of the grass on this turf. But here we go, everybody. It's a big one right here. 4th and 7. It's a 42-yarder for Captain Jack Hopkins. Can he get it? The snap, the hold, the kick. It's got to get up. Does it? It is through!
Captain Jack does it again. He's a kid that's been through so many huge moments. And listen to this crowd as he ties it up 20-20 with 3:24 left to play in the fourth quarter.
A lot of time left.
Wow.
A lot of time, 3:24. And everybody knows that, but still, you're holding your breath when that ball leaves the ground and it's up, and you're like, it's got to go. What a beautiful kick and another celebratory moment for Captain Jack. Great kid, great family. Congrats.
You know, Jack Hopkins has had so many dreamlike moments for the Drillers. That can be one of the biggest kicks in his career if they find a way to get through this game.
We're tied at 20 with 3:24 in the fourth quarter for the Central Section of California Division II Championships, and it's at Griffith Field. You feeling it?
You feeling it?
Kenneth, we haven't sang all night. What's the deal?
That was our first one, man.
Thanksgiving
A little quick
weekend,
Jay-Z.
we haven't done any singing, nothing.
We still full from yesterday.
No, you're right. Plus, we have 3:24 left. All right. Tied at 20. Captain Jack will kick off.
Wow, that was a huge kick.
Okay, a little bit 8-iron. Uh-oh. You can be taken at the 17-yard line. And there's one good move, the patience. Nice job there.
Great field position.
Levi Childers. So, yeah, we've seen pretty much great field position all night long. really, for both teams.
Wow. I mean, but VP, instant classic after instant classic. We right back here for another one. I mean, I always tell people I'm the luckiest person in the world because I get to do this for a living.
With me.
Absolutely.
Kevin, I know it makes you laugh, Kevin. I know it. I know. You're a bum, too. All right, here we go. Oh, now the BHS crowd is starting to get into it. It's happening right here, everybody. It's happening. Krosky, really nice quarterback. They stay on the ground. Taman this time. And he just grinds out another 5 yards. So with 3:11, Kenny, you got to be thinking that they also have Dustin Reed, who hasn't missed a kick tonight. Everything's gone through the uprights after touchdowns and field goals. So they've just got to move it a certain amount, but it's got to go, 10, 15, it's got to go another 30 yards. At least another 30 yards. In motion is the dangerous Caleb Clark. Keep your eye on jersey 0. No, they stay on the ground. Taman again. Now he's going to start working. And a good, strong one-on-one, man-to-man hit by who else? Denham Simmons.
Yeah, but the one thing that has worked against the Drillers is they've missed some tackles. And the longer this game goes, the harder that guy is to tackle in timing.
And they quickly get up to the line. They understand the assignment right now. 2:18 and counting. Taman goes to his right side. Hard count. Nobody jumps. They look to throw a rare toss in this football game. A rare toss. Flag on the play, and it's going to be on Simmons.
Yeah, they caught Simmons sleeping. He didn't get his head around to play the football, which is very unlike the general in that secondary.
Wow.
You don't get your head around, that's going to be a pass interference.
Kenny, what about the call? We haven't seen anything like it all night by the Eagles. Nothing like it. And they do it now. And the Boo Birds are out from the Driller crowd.
Yeah, you got to get your head around, though, if you're Simmons. He doesn't. And that's the play that they wanted.
They're close enough for Reed almost, to the kicker, almost. They give it to Taman. Taman hit hard. They're trying to strip him. They just can't. Ball at the 31-yard line.
Great penetration by Big 75, Morgan Reynolds.
Ball spotted at the 32-yard line.
And head coach Stephen Field and his fourth-seeded Eagles letting this clock just go, go, go.
Yeah, because you don't want the Drillers to have any opportunity to get the ball back.
Taman again. High snap! He wasn't looking at Taman. Has to go.
Wow!
Oh my gosh! Krosky was looking over at the sidelines, and the ball was snapped. He was looking at the coaches.
Well, in the words of Rasheed Wallace, some of the Drillers will say ball don't lie. From a standpoint of that penalty that happened against Simmons, you get that kind of penalty, and then you get the high snap the next play. That's just some serious Griffith Field mojo right there.
Well, a game-changing play,
because now you're out of field goal position for sure.
Results in a game-time timeout right now. And I can tell you this right now, Coach Field is having a word with his center and quarterback, and maybe they say something like, hey, our bad, we were changing calls, and our bad. Or they say, fellas, really?
Yeah, right there. That's the reason why coaches have gray hair or none at all when you see players making mistakes like that, because those are self-inflicted wounds.
Oh, goodness.
Gentlemen, please remain in the stands and off the field.
And we're talking about a team that, I mean, that's really the only big blunder all night by either team. Now it's 3rd and 31.
Wow.
Now you've got to try to get it within. They need 25 yards.
Yeah, but you got to be disciplined as a defense. Can't start being relaxed with this much distance.
Right down here in the bottom of your screen, you've got Zach Sumner, and he's going up against Simmons again, one-on-one. Or will they keep it on? No, they're going to go to the air. Toss across the middle, broken up. Big-time play. Big-time play.
Wow.
What a hit put on by Cody Trotter.
And with this amount of distance,
you got to
punt this football if you're a Arroyo Grande.
So you can't. If you're an Eagles fan, you can't believe this.
But as a Drillers, you got to be very aware of any kind of fake and not rush and rough this punter as well.
What, just to move the ball further down the field? Because it's 4th and 31. I can't imagine they're thinking about picking up a first down on a fake, but they could move it down here, you know.
Right, just to move it. You know what I mean?
I doubt it, though, Kenneth. I think this ball is going off a foot. Okay. Oh, returnable. Sheehy drops it. Sheehy's got to get on it. Oh, he makes one move. Can he get away? Sheehy running to the sideline. Sheehy.
Get out of bounds.
Still on his feet. Now he's going backwards. Look out, Sheehy. And he gets hit hard at the 5-yard line.
You definitely got to get down if you're a young Sheehy. He's wanting to make the highlight play, but that was a near disaster by the young driller.
Oh, my gosh.
He had the chance to get out of bounds, and then he runs back in and loses another 9 yards. Just a young mistake by a youthful player. And wow, 52 seconds left to play. We're getting all the drama that we didn't have throughout those first 2 quarters.
I can't take stuff like that, Kenny. I can't handle stuff like that.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
You know he wanted to make the big play. It was in his mind. He's thinking, if I can just pull a Marcus Allen and get around the corner, I'm gone. But now all of a sudden, you have 52 seconds, and you've got to be careful here. The Drillers were tied at 20. They put the ball in the hands of Lee, and now Lee's going to get stopped at the 5-yard line. Helmet pops off, so you've got a situation. Oh, and he's trying to put his helmet on real quick so he doesn't get seen, but he has to go off, and that's their big guy. Dominic's got to go off. His helmet fell off. And I think he's telling the official, hey, my helmet came off.
All right, and that clock stops with the timeout by Arroyo Grande. So, hey, we said this was going to go down to the last possession. We're definitely getting exactly what we thought we would get.
Well, I mean, and let's be fair to young Sheehy. He would, let's say he goes out at the 15, 17-yard line. It's still not like it's, you know, a hop, skip, and a jump to the end zone back here. But the danger of what could have happened there, oh, my gosh.
I mean, and I always talk about how hard it is to be a punt returner. Other than kicking, punt returner is the hardest job on the field. Because I can pick 20 people out of this crowd and tell you to kick a field goal or catch a punt. And there's probably only going to be one of those guys that gets close.
Right. No, I got you.
Hardest job in football.
I got you. That was scary, though. That was nerve-wracking.
Yes, it was.
And look, it's still nerve-wracking right now. It's 2nd and 10. I guess they didn't lose anything. And Dominic had to run off the field again, even after the timeout. And he's still not. Oh, it's because he had his helmet off. He's got to stay off. Okay. Cavazos behind center.
Drillers with some room.
Handoff. A little bit of room here.
That's going to be a first down.
So they'll stop the clock to move the chains.
Let's talk about how huge that first down was. The clock should have stopped for a quick second until they got those chains reset. But the crucial thing about that was the fact that they're not having to punt from that end.
So, yes, 1st and 10 now. And Cavazos might just go down on a knee. And Lomax.
Wow, look like we might have some overtime playoff football.
I still don't know
BP.
why the clock didn't stop when they were moving the sticks. Like 8 seconds ran off. And so a timeout now is going to be called by Coach Sheehy. Or
they're letting it run. They're going overtime.
We're heading to overtime.
Wow.
Now,
At the end of the ball game, we're going to need some extra time.
goodness gracious.
Extra football. Who can be mad at extra football for Thanksgiving?
Overtime football, 20-20 for the D2 championship.
I mean, I love this place. I guess I get to spend a little extra time here tonight.
And you're back at school Monday.
Wow. I mean, so VP, we talked about it. End of regulation. 2 very well-coached teams. 2 mistakes by each team. I think the biggest one so far is that high snap for Arroyo Grande that took them out of field position because that was a game-changing play.
If you're an Eagles fan, you thought this would be over right now. You were moving down the field, and it looked like it was going to be over. And then just the unthinkable snap to a team that had made no turnovers, nothing. And that was after a long bomb attempt down the near side that we hadn't seen all night either. And a penalty call on the Drillers. Everything was heading towards the way of Arroyo Grande, Kenny. And then all of a sudden, one slight mistake that you never saw coming ends up, now we're in overtime.
Wow. I mean, and you hear the shock in this crowd because you can hear a pin drop.
Right. Yeah, you don't hear anything because they're shocked. Right, you're right. Wow. I'll tell you, we'll take a short break here so we can get re-geared and get dialed in for overtime. Overtime in the Central Section D2 Championship on the Current High Network. All right, I'm Vance Palm. I've got Kenny Calvin next to me and our director, Kevin Willie. And we're in OT, baby. Overtime in the Central Section of California Division II Championship at legendary Griffith Field. The number 2 seed, Bakersfield High School Drillers in blue on offense for the first set. Arroyo Grande, the number 4 seed on defense. So the Drillers will start. Cavazos hands the ball off to
Lomax.
Lomax gets 1 or 2 yards.
You know, so each team gets the possession from the 25.
Now you've got Captain Jack warming up, getting his leg warm in case it's a situation where they can only get 3 out of it. In the shotgun, Cavazos, Lomax back to block. Cavazos fires, caught out there. A good pitch and catch. He'll get about 7 yards out of it. It's going to be 3rd and 3. So Gridiron with the catch.
And that was a very pivotal catch for Gridiron, who hasn't had a lot happen since the first quarter. But it puts you in a makeable 3rd down conversion opportunity for the Drillers against this Arroyo team. And that Arroyo team has played very well in the trenches, but they got to be getting tired too.
They bust out of the huddle quickly, and it's going to be a direct snap.
Flags fly. Movement.
Flags fly, and it's going to be on the Drillers. They ran out to the line of scrimmage quickly. Somebody didn't get set. And you saw that big package come in. There was 4 Drillers that came in between that play. There was 4 different jersey numbers that swapped out, and a little bit of miscommunication, and they tried to do too much too quickly, in my opinion.
Yep, and that's one of those situations where you try to get cute, and it worked against you. And Zach Wheeler is the Driller that moved early. Makes it a crucial 3rd and 7.
So there is no clock in any of this except the play clock that they keep. Now it's Cavazos in the shotgun. Elijah looking, feels the pressure coming from the back. Cavazos
He can run
takes himself. Cavazos is going to get hit right at the marker. Oh, they marked him out just shy, Kenny. Just shy.
And if you're Cavazos, you have to try to do your best to get that extra yard because of what it means in this moment. You don't run out of bounds when you need that yard, and he did. And it was being fair to him, it's a little bit more than a yard that he stepped out. Now we got Jack coming in for the field goal.
So Captain Jack Hopkins, by the way, I don't even know if he's the captain, but I call him that.
Oh, he's a captain, all right.
So
A 34-yard attempt, hold by number 2, Cody Trotter.
So Trotter on the hold, and this is and Sheehy calls the timeout.
Yeah, because it was close to a delay of game because you had too many players out there.
Bakersfield.
And it's a great timeout to call because you can't take them with you.
Right.
You want to make sure you get all the guys on the same page.
Well, I'll take this time out to talk about my Thanksgiving with regards to the thanks that I have. You and I have been doing this a long time, Kenny. I'm very thankful to spend this time with you in these fun moments. There's a lot of people watching this, but there's only 2 people calling it, and that's you and I. So I'm very thankful for that. Kevin Willie, very thankful for our many year friendship. You turned the computer on and pushed play. The very, 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 very first football game in the Current 9 Network, historical. Our man Art here. Art, acronym for access, respect, and talent.
Blue fire.
Here we go. 34-yarder. The hold is there. The kick is up, and it is no good. Wide right.
Well, so, you got that miss. So it's going to be very important for the Driller defense to buckle down and try not to give up any yardage. Great job by Arroyo Grande pitching the stop. And that's a tough one for Jack because he's been very consistent.
Tough one from the standpoint that if this game ends with an Arroyo Grande score, that'll be a tough one.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in the stands and off the field following the game. There will be a brief award ceremony.
So the ball's on the near hash.
Immediately following the completion of this contest.
And it's not a done deal. It's not a done deal. The Drillers can do something special here on defense. We'll see what the Eagles plan to do. Krowski's had a nice game tonight. It one flubbed, and it sent it to overtime. Ball's on the ground again, and his knee was down.
Wow,
his knee was down. So
his
the play is called. So the white hat all over it. So there's another crazy thing. The ball fell out of Krowski's hands, and he went to pick it up with his knee on the ground. And, you got to hand it to Taman. He said, I got it. No.
Good job by the officials.
Yeah, right on it.
Right on it.
So now all of a sudden it's 2nd and 14. It's not a done deal, Kenny. But this talented Eagle squad, I formation now. And they're going to go back onto the ground. And this time it's their dangerous runner. Another missed tackle, but the Driller ball popped out. But it was out of bounds. So he broke one tackle.
So now you have a third.
3rd and 10.
Long.
3rd and 7 again. Yep. So it might get put on the foot of Dustin Reed. We'll see.
3rd down and 9.
(20-20) in overtime. Drillers back against the wall on the 24-yard line. Our formation tells you run, but you got to stay disciplined if you're the secondary.
Well, of course, you've got Caleb Clark down here at the bottom of the screen. Now he goes in motion.
Pass.
They're going to play. They're going to throw it, and it's incomplete. So great job by the Drillers all over it. Jeremy Millette almost got another sack. So the Drillers sniffed that one out, but now all of a sudden,
will it come down to this?
The season and the championship possibly off the foot of Dustin Reed.
And you got to be disciplined as the rush guys, too. Make sure you're not jumping. Make sure you don't rush with a bad angle and clip this foot. But you can also block it.
We're in overtime.
And score.
This is for the Central Section Division II Championship. And the Arroyo Grande kicker, Dustin Reed, has a 41-yarder to win it for Arroyo Grande, or we stay in overtime. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up, and it is good! Arroyo Grande wins the AG Eagles on a 35-yarder, a 40-yarder, and he knocks it through. And the Eagles win on Griffith Field.
Great game, as good as advertised. It all came down to the kickers. Ours missed it, and theirs made it. Congratulations to the Arroyo Grande Eagles.
Wow, the kicker being held up. He's a big guy too.
Yeah,
So,
phenomenal finish.
congratulations to head coach Stephen Field and the Arroyo Grande Eagles. What a win. And now it will be handshake, and there's actually a trophy presentation. So nobody's really allowed on the field, so it's going to be that. So, Kenny, our player of the game, the Kern High Network player of the game, I think you and I really had a strong case for our quarterback, the driller quarterback, Elijah Cavazos. I thought he played a great game. Your thoughts on Cavazos?
You know, and I said it about 30 minutes ago, man. Tough game, and somebody has to lose, right? What better way for these teams to finish in overtime? It shows you how well matched this contest was. You know, kudos to Arroyo Grande and the coaching staff. You know, but definitely hats off to these drillers. They played a phenomenal game and just came up short.
The Kern High Network player of the game, quarterback for the Bakersfield High School Drillers. It's jersey number 9, Elijah Cavazos. It will be not enough ointment for the pain that he's feeling tonight after a tough loss, but he was our player of the game. Well, on behalf of everybody at the Kern High Network, our director, Kevin Willey, you, my partner, Kenny Calvin, your final thoughts on this season, brother?
You know, I always talk about this dream come true and how I use the game to block out the negativity in the world when it's going that way. Something about being in the lines and how good it makes you feel, how the sense of community. You know, it's just an honor to be part of the process. I'm so thankful that I'm able to be here with you guys and celebrating these young athletes.
Congratulations to the Arroyo Grande Eagles, the 4th seed.